Hey guys, a very warm welcome to Gradeup Special 7 quiz. I am Shailender Singh and today I'm going to take up a set of 5 questions from PIB, Press Information Bureau. You know, it's a government source and that is why it becomes very relevant and very authentic source of information for your UPSC exam preparation. Everybody, a good evening to you, and what you have to do is just go to menti.com and use this code given here, which is 1759497. This is the code you have to use and this is how you would be able to participate in the quiz. So hurry up guys, please go to menti.com and use this code 1759497. So let's see what kind of command you have over PIB. PIB से by the way काफ़ी सारे questions directly lift किए जाते हैं UPSC में. So it becomes a very important source for us and that is why we have to be aware about some basic stuff that finds us mentioned in PIB. So hurry up guys, menti.com पर जाना है and use this code 1759497 so that we can begin with the quiz for the day. So we have some participants pouring in, that's fantastic. And guys, also please do like the session and share it with your friends, and also do subscribe to Gradeup IAS channel if you haven't subscribed so far. So we'll wait for a couple of seconds and then we'll take up the first question of the day. Hurry up guys, only the last few seconds, time is very limited. Yes, so we have another entrant over here. Alright, so without waiting any further guys, let's take up the first question of the day. I hope you guys are prepared, and as usual the competition is going to be very interesting and I would for one be very interested to find out who emerges as a winner for today. So guys, all set to take up the first question of the day, and here is the first question on your screen. Which of the following statements with regards to Eklavya Model Residential Schools EMRS are correct? You have two statements. It's a very short question but indeed a very important one. So it is talking about Eklavya Model Residential Schools EMRS, and let's see whether you have some basic information about EMRS schools or not and the recent developments related to that. Alright, so you guys have already voted and I'm glad that this is a very nice beginning. Two of you have been able to get it right, and let's see who those two people are. And we have some names popping out, which is Anu Chauhan. As usual, you have done wonderful, followed by Manisha. You are also doing great for the last couple of quizzes, and this is really fantastic beginning. Anu, you have been the fastest in this particular question with 919 points and you are leading the chart, followed by Manisha at 839 points, and Shri Kunal and Kunal. I know you guys have a lot of potential and that is why there are 4 more questions to be dealt with, and I'm sure that you guys would also be able to do really well today in the quiz. Alright, so let's talk about the explanation part, why some of you could not get it right. The question was about Eklavya Model Residential Schools and some latest development related to that. Now the first statement says Miss Sudha Penuli is the first teacher from Eklavya Model Residential Schools to achieve national awards to teachers for the year 2020. This statement is absolutely right. So Mrs. Sudha Penuli, she happens to be the vice principal of Eklavya Model Residential School based out of Kalsi, which is a place in the Dehradun district of Uttarakhand, and she was awarded for being outstanding in the field of having those innovative methods she came up with. She came up with those skill development programs, with some birthday gardens, a lot of important themes, theater for these kids. So she was very innovative in her teaching and pedagogical method, and that is why she was granted this award, National Award to Teachers for the year 2020. This happens to be the first award that she was the first teacher actually who received this award. So first time anybody has received this award. And by the way, additional piece of information guys, you would perhaps know that Kalsi is the same place, the place she is vice principal at, where we have this Great Ashokan Edict, the major rock edict of Ashoka. So Kalsi in Dehradun district, please don't forget, for two important reasons. One is Ashokan Edict and second is this recent development, that is Mrs. Sudha Penuli, who was granted this fantastic first time national award in the form of National Award to Teachers. As for the second statement, guys, Eklavya Model Residential Schools EMRS are established under Ministry of Education. No, this is incorrect, and that is why perhaps some of you got this incorrect, because it is not under Ministry of Education, this is under Ministry of Tribal Affairs, because these schools, Eklavya Model Residential Schools, are basically for tribal children for their quality education that are established in remote areas. And this program was established in 1997-1998. So उसके बाद से Ministry of Tribal Affairs के अंडर में ये स्कीम आती है. और recently in 2018 the scheme guidelines were revised, and any district that has got this population of STs which is more than 50%, so the EMRS will be established over there. So ये criteria होता है. So इन criteria के basis पे वहाँ पे एकलव्य model residential school establish किए जाते हैं. So it is not Ministry of Education, it is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So you can see the traps that can be there in the UPSC exam. Likewise, it would have been one such trap for you. Alright, so let's move forward to the next question of the day. That is question number 2, and I'm sure that you guys are ready to engage in question number 2. And those of you guys who have just joined in, please do go to menti.com and use this code 1759497 to be able to participate in this quiz. So guys, menti.com पे जाना है and please use this code, and directly you would be able to participate in the quiz. So I'm sure that you are ready to take on the next question of the day, which is question number 2. And here is the question in front of you. Which of the following statements are incorrect with regard to world's largest solar tree developed recently? So there is some important development in the form of in the field of green energy, which is the development of world's largest solar tree. So there are 3 statements and you have to identify the incorrect ones. So you have to identify the incorrect ones. Alright, so everybody seems to have voted, and let me see how many of you got it right. This time only one of you has got it right. Alright, and let's see who is right over here, and let's check out the leaderboard. And this time it is the entry of Krunal into the leaderboard. Fantastic, Krunal, absolutely outstanding. You have got 761 points, and naturally you are the fastest this time. So as of now, the overall score is something like this. Anu is leading the pack with 919 points, followed by Manisha with 839 points, followed by Kunal 761 points. Shri Kutan, I'm sure that you can do a lot of wonder in the coming questions. So you really need not be underestimated. And by the way, you have a good knowledge base, but for some reason till now you have not been able to score anything. But I'm sure that in the coming questions you will do really well. Alright guys, so let's talk about the explanation part as to why statement 1 and 3 are incorrect and second is correct. Now what it says is CMERI has developed the world's largest solar tree which is installed at New Delhi. No, it is not installed at New Delhi, it is installed in Durgapur. So first of all, it is very important you to know where is CMERI located. आपको जब पता नहीं है ये तो फिर आप confused हो जाएंगे and you would get it incorrect. So CMRI is Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute, which is located out of Durgapur. Mechanical research के लिए it happens to be the apex institute in the country. गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन CSIR का ये पार्ट है, उसके अंडर में आता है. एंड एज सच इनकी जो रेजिडेंशियल कॉलोनी है वहाँ पे वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट सोलर ट्री दैट इज इंस्टॉल्ड. सो दिस इज नॉट न्यू दिल्ली बट दुर्गापुर, जहाँ पे ये इंस्टीट्यूट लोकेटेड है. As for the second statement, it has the annual capacity to generate 12,000 to 14,000 units of clean and green power. This is absolutely correct. So as per the scientists who have created this largest solar tree, they say that this would be able to generate 12,000 to 14,000 units of clean and green power, and at the same time it would also save 10 to 12 tons of carbon emissions every year. 10 to 12 tons of carbon emissions they would be curtailed. So this is indeed a big number for such a solar plant, and it's basically in the form of a tree. एक tree के form में है जिसमें branches हैं which has got those solar panels and which absorbs the solar light and that converts into electricity. So this is about it. So the statement second is absolutely right. As for the third statement, solar tree would have a widespread usage in non-agriculture activities only. In a previous session I had told you इस तरीके के statement होते हैं by and large, not in every case because then it could be a trap as well, but in such cases where it says this only, that only, in many of such statements actually it is not correct. So यहाँ पे it is not restricted to non-agriculture activities only, it encompasses agriculture activities also. So the solar tree actually creates very less shadow underneath. जब कम परछाई नीचे आती है, कम shadow create होता है, which makes it absolutely useful for agricultural activities also. So diverse usage है, agriculture में भी use हो सकता है. In fact इसमें जो solar tree है इसका जो energy है that can be used for replacing fossil fuel energy that is used to operate the power pumps, जो वहाँ पे pumps वगैरह use होते हैं agriculture fields में country के, and e-tractors वगैरह, तो वहाँ पे उसको replace किया जा सकता है. So it can really bring about a revolution in the agriculture sphere, और farmers को बहुत अच्छे से remunerative ways में ये help कर सकता है. Alright, so let's move on to the third question of the day without waiting any further. So we are at question number 3 now, and those of you who have just joined in, again the same instruction for you. You have to go to menti.com and use this code 1759497. And those of you who haven't liked this session, please do like the session, share it, and also subscribe to Gradeup IAS channel. So guys, all geared up for the next question, and here is question number 3 on your screen without any delay. Which of the following statements with regard to National Statistical Office NSO are correct? So there is some news about NSO. Those statements हैं. National Statistical Office NSO works under the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. You have to identify whether it's right or okay. Everybody has voted. Alright, and this time also only one of you got it right. Okay, let's see who that person is. Who got it right, and the name of the person is, I can see some movement. Fantastic, Manisha, you are doing brilliant for the last couple of sessions, and you have achieved 1690 points in totality, and you are also naturally the fastest, followed by Anu, who is at 919 points, Kunal at 761 points, and Shrikutan. अभी तक आपका वो performance देखने को नहीं मिल रहा है what you generally do in the sessions, in the quizzes. So Manisha, you are doing fantastic today. अगर आप next 2 questions में अच्छा कर लेते हैं, so you know that you could be the winner of the quiz today for the first time. Alright, so let's talk about the explanation part. इसमें हमको correct statement identify करने थे. As for the first statement, the National Statistical Office works under the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. आपको पता होना चाहिए guys, NSO, it comes under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, not under Ministry of Finance. So this is very important, आपको पता होना चाहिए. Central Statistical Office भी है, CSO जिसको बोलते हैं, वो भी NSO के अंडर में आता है, and this also comes under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, not Ministry of Finance. So the first statement in itself is incorrect. As for the second statement, which says the recent increase in CPI for industrial workers, CPIW, will have a positive impact on wages, salaries of industrial workers engaged in organized sectors beside government employees and pensioners. So this is absolutely right. So basically जो CPI IW है industrial workers के लिए, it is used to decide and determine the DNS allowance जिसको बोलते हैं for the government employees or the state government, central government employees who are in the industrial sector, as well as the people who are in organized sector. So इन सब के लिए जो एक determination का yardstick की तरह यूज किया जाता है DA के लिए, as well as it is used to check the inflation at retail level. So inflation के को भी चेक करने के लिए retail प्राइसेस पे वो चेक किया जा सकता है, प्लस जो मिनिमम वेजेस हैं उनके रिवीजन के लिए भी CPI-IW यूज किया जाता है, एंड इट इज रिलीज्ड बाय लेबर ब्यूरो. आपको ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि कौन सी बॉडी है दैट रिलीजेस दिस पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स, एंड इट इज लेबर ब्यूरो, अगेन अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ लेबर एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट, जो उसके अंडर में आता है. एंड दिस इज व्हाई द सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. सो अगर इंक्रीज होता है CPI-IW में, so naturally it will have this positive impact on the salaries, on the wages of industrial workers जो गवर्नमेंट में हैं या पेंशनर्स हैं, so उसमें उनमें भी positive impact होगा. Alright, so let's move on to the next question of the day, that is question number 4, and the competition is only going to get tougher here on because you have just 2 questions left, so not much of space to get the questions right. And guys, please make sure that you try to get these last 2 questions right because ये काफी decisive होगा आपके overall data board के लिए, and it will really decide actually who emerges as the winner. So let's take up the 4th question of the day without waiting any further, and here is question number 4 on your screen. Which of the following statements with regard to 8 core industries are incorrect? इकोनॉमी से बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी ने ऑलरेडी पूछे हुए हैं इन द पास्ट. इफ यू हैव सीन द प्रीवियस ईयर्स क्वेश्चन पेपर्स, सो इट बिकम्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थीम फॉर यू टू नो, एंड दिस इज योर होमवर्क ऑल्सो. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, प्लीज डू फाइंड आउट मोर अबाउट 8 कोर सेक्टर इंडस्ट्रीज एंड ऑल्सो IIP. सो और जितने भी डिटेल्स आपको मिल सकते हैं आप प्लीज इकट्ठा कर दीजिए, एंड यू हैव ऑलरेडी वोटेड. ऑलराइट, सो दिस टाइम इट इज अगेन 1 पर्सन. सो इस बार के आज सिर्फ एक ही पर्सन सही करेगा क्या हर क्वेश्चन में? सो दिस टाइम ऑल्सो ओनली 1 person has got it right, and let me see who that person is, whether it's any surprise or it's just the same person. All right, so this time it's Anu once again, who has added 844 points in a kitty with a total of 1763 points, and she's back into the game. So she's back at the first spot once again, being the fastest as well this time, followed by Manisha at 1690 points, followed by Krunal and Shrikutan. Again, you know that you have to pull up your socks rather in the next question because only 1 question is left. Alright, so the game is going to be really interesting. There's some sort of disruption that is taking place constantly, and let me see what kind of disruption happens in the last question. As for this question, you have to identify the incorrect statement. The first statement says the Office of Economic Advisor, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade releases index of 8 core sector industry. This is absolutely right. In fact, both the statements are right, and as such the answer is neither 1 or nor 2, because neither 1 is incorrect nor 2 is incorrect. ये जो इन्फॉर्मेशन है गाइस आपको बिल्कुल पता होनी चाहिए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थीम है, आप नोटबुक में नोट कर सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन फाइंड आउट मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट दिस. कौन क्या रिलीज करता है, 8 कोर सेक्टर्स में क्या आता है, IIP में क्या है, इनफैक्ट जब जो हमने पहले देखा लास्ट क्वेश्चन में CPI-IW में क्या है, और बाकी जो इंडिसेस हैं उनमें क्या डिफरेंस है. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड टोटली बी अवेयर अबाउट. एंड एज फॉर द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, द 8 कोर सेक्टर इंडस्ट्रीज, दे आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू have this overall positive impact on the economy. That is why they are called 8 core sector industries, like fertilizer, like natural gas, like steel, electricity, crude oil, coal. So बहुत important industries हैं. In fact ये industries जो 8 core sector industries हैं, they have a lot of bearing on many of the other industries also. So the Office of Economic Advisor, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade releases this index of 8 core sector industries. So you understand it now, I hope. As for the second one, The 8 core sector industries comprise 40.27% of the weight of items included in the Index of Industrial Production. And this is also absolutely right. So 8 core sectors they comprise 40% of the total weight of IIP. ये जो इंडेक्स है, दिस इज बेसिकली अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडेक्स. से पता चलता है कंट्री में किस तरीके की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऊपर जा रहा है, नीचे आ रहा है. इट्स अ वेरी की इंडेक्स which is referenced by the government, which is referenced by the government sources. So हर जो bodies हैं, जो sources हैं, जब data compile करना होता है, उनको कुछ अलग अलग estimates लगाने होते हैं, तो इस index को refer वो करते हैं. So you should be knowing about this index as well. So this is also absolutely right. So we are towards the end of the session and we are at question number 5, and I do hope that you guys are prepared for this. Guys, those of you who have just joined in, please menti.com पे जाइए and use this code which is given over here 1759497, so that अगर आप last question में participate कर रहे हैं and you have scored something, then your name would be reflected towards the top of the leaderboard, provided you get it right. So I do hope that you guys are ready to battle it out in the last question, and here is question number 5 in front of you now. Which of the following statements are correct with regard to Hampi? Now the question is regarding Hampi, and थोड़ा सा offbeat question है, history से connected है और करंट अफेयर से भी. नेचुरली विरूपाक्षा और हम्पी तो टाइम पे करंट अफेयर्स में आते हैं. 3 इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट्स आर गिवन, वेरी रेलेवेंट पर्टिनेंट क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू यूपीएससी, एंड आई विल हैव टू चेक what kind of knowledge base you have here. Everybody is voted in such a short time, and let us see. Okay, this time 2 of you, congratulations, you have got it right. You break that rhythm that was going on for the last couple of questions, and I would really be curious to see not only who those 2 people are, but also what is the overall score like for everybody, and who is the winner of the day. And let us see who emerges as the winner. So this time Shri Kutan has made his comeback into the game, and Krunal as well, and Anu Chauhan again, once again, congratulations, you have won the quiz once again as yesterday and before. 1763 points. You are indeed very brilliant. बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो आप, and I do hope आपका इस तरीके का मोमेंटम चलता रहेगा, आपकी इस तरीके की प्रिपरेशन चलती रहेगी. इनफैक्ट मनीषा, आपने भी बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा किया है, आपने with 1690 points, and you're also doing really well. And Krunal and Shukutan, you guys naturally are great at answering questions, so you also have this good legacy of being the top 3 or top 4 of the leaderboard. So congratulations everybody, you have done really well today, everybody who participated in the quiz, and those of you who could not get any answer right as well. So this time it was Shri Kutan with 971 points, and who was the fastest also. So congratulations Shri Kutan, आखिरकार आपने अपनी एंट्री लीडर बोर्ड में कर ही दी. सो कंग्रेचुलेशंस गाइज वंस अगेन. As for the explanation part, guys, the first one, Hampi was the last capital of the last great Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagar and included Hindu monuments only. इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन आते हैं, मैंने ऑलरेडी बताया हुआ. इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस, नॉट ऑल, प्लीज बी वेयर, ओनली वाला जो जहाँ पे भी रहता है यूपीएससी पूछता है, यहाँ पे हम पूछते हैं. सो यू नो दैट व्हाट कुड बी द sort of answer. So Hampi was the last capital of the last great Hindu kingdom. So Hampi was not the last capital, it was Chandragiri. So Chandragiri is a place in Chittoor district which is in Andhra Pradesh. तो वहाँ पे last capital थी उनकी. And Hampi was obviously one of the gross capitals, but it was before that. And it included Hindu monuments only. No, Hampi also has Jain monuments. So Hindu monuments so हैं ही, but it also contains Jain monuments also. And Hampi, you know, it's a world UNESCO World Heritage Site, and as such happens to be a very important site. अलग अलग temples हैं, जो विजयनगर architecture बहुत अच्छे से हमको देखने को मिलता है Hampi में, which is located beside Tungabhadra river. So you should know more about Hampi and Vijayanagar Empire. The second is Hampi builders followed South Indian Hindu arts and architecture dating to the Ahole patriarchal styles, but also use elements of Indo-Islamic architecture. Of course, this is absolutely right. So the Hampi rulers, apart from having the indigenous architectural elements, apart from having the Dravidian architectural elements, apart from being influenced by the Chalukya style, they were also influenced by the Indo-Islamic architecture, and that can be seen in the use of the arches, some sort of basic domes in the फॉर्म ऑफ देयर एलिफेंट स्टेबल्स में जो उन्होंने मोटिव्स वगैरह यूज करते हैं, सो वहां पे उनको हमको देखने को मिलता है. As for the third statement, Virupaksha temple is located in Hampi. This is absolutely right. Virupaksha temple, this is dedicated to Lord Shiva, which is constructed in this Dravidian architecture, and it is located in Hampi and is one of the temples under the UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is in Hampi. So Virupaksha temple, आपको ये भी पता होना चाहिए, beside knowing that where it is located, you should also know that to which god it is dedicated to, and it is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Alright guys, so this was all for the day, and towards the end of the class I have this important announcement for you, wherein we have Gradeup Super subscription plan, which provides you unlimited access to 11 plus structured live courses, 60 plus mock tests, and there are various subscription plans, 24-month plan, 12-month plan and 6-month plan. So you can speak to our counselors by contacting at this number 9650052904, and you can have access to all these fantastic courses that are taught by expert faculty. So that was all guys for today. I'll see you in another quiz tomorrow at the same time, and I'll see you once again. All the best, take care, goodbye.